We just bought the 2014 Toyota FJ Cruiser, and the first thing you need to know about buying a used Toyota FJ Cruiser is they are ridiculously expensive. That one has 58,000 miles on it. We paid $33,500, and believe it or not, that is not out of the ballpark, because you can buy used FJs in the $40,000 range. And that begs the question, Andre, what?
Well, you have a choice of that, of course, or you can get a brand new 2021 Jeep Wrangler. This is a 4-door, obviously 4-wheel drive, and the price tag on this one is higher. It's $48,000, as you see equipped right here in this Sarge green.
Wow.
But Wranglers can go even higher, right? 60 grand, 62,000 and above.
And more importantly, you can get this Wrangler over at Johnson's Auto Plaza in Brighton, Colorado for less than 48 grand, because there are some pretty attractive incentives on them.
There are always deals, of course. And of course, thanks for Johnson Auto Plaza for letting us actually borrow this.
Well, let's start out this comparison by talking about styling. Now, they're both iconic designs. They're both throwback designs. Of course, the Jeep Wrangler dates, well, the design dates all the way back to 1941, right? Mm-hmm. The iconic World War II Jeep that stormed the beaches of Normandy.
Willys.
Yeah, let's talk about this.
Yes.
This is the Willys Edition,
yes,
which is like the ultra throwback one.
Yeah.
Is it Willys or is it Willis?
I like the first one you said.
Willys.
Yes.
I'm going with that too.
Yes, yes.
That's what Jeep calls it anyways.
Yes.
So a lot of heritage with the open top Jeep design. And then of course the Toyota, the FJ Cruiser. What is this styled after?
Dude, this is styled after a Tonka toy. I think so. Toyota came out with this concept in 2003, right?
Yeah.
And then they said, well, why don't we just build it? And they did, and they built a lot of these.
A lot of them, 220,000 from 2007 to 2014. Should we go under the hood?
Yeah, let's look at the powertrains, because right here, let's start with the Jeep, because Jeep combines old school and new school in a very interesting way. Under the hood of this particular model is a 3.6 liter V6 Pentastar. But that's not all.
Hey, did you guys know that many car buyer YouTube websites actually get paid if you buy the car or truck they're reviewing? Yeah, I know it sounds crazy, but it's true. Basically, if the YouTube channel tells you to go to a website and fill out a form, in other words, raise your hand that you're interested in the vehicle, they get a kickback if you fill out that form. At TFL, we don't believe in that. We believe in independent and honest reviews. Oh, and did you know that I fit under a heavy-duty truck? How cool is that?
What do you mean, Andre? It's a naturally aspirated V6.
Look underneath here. Can you see this big silver round cylinder?
Oh no.
You see this? This is an e-torque system. So for 2021, Jeep is offering like a gazillion different powertrains. You can get a regular 3.6, you can get the 3.6 e-torque like this one with an 8-speed automatic. 21 mpgs combined, dude.
Do you want to say what e-torque is supposed to do?
E-torque is basically an electric motor, so it's a mild hybrid system. It's connected to the engine using the serpentine belt, so it's all tied in, and it's supposed to do start-stop.
Yep.
Very smoothly.
Yep.
And also supposed to help you smooth out your gear shifts, just make everything nice and smooth and increase your fuel efficiency by almost very little amount.
You want to tell him what it actually does in the real world?
What?
Almost nothing. I hate to pick on e-torque, but it's just a 48 volt super mild hybrid system. You pay an extra, I think, $1,500 on this Jeep for it.
You do.
And it just adds so much complexity to an engine. When you're buying an off-roader, I would recommend just buy the simplest one you can. Get the V6 without the e-torque. Of course, 4-cylinder turbo is an option. 3-liter eco diesel is an option if you want to spend a lot of money.
And soon a plug-in hybrid.
Yes, and soon the 4xe. But let's talk about what's under the hood of the Toyota, because it is considerably more old school. And in fact, Andre, it's so old school that they're still building it. All right, here we go. So the FJ Cruiser shares a lot in common with the 4Runner of the same era, and the FJ Cruiser shares a lot in common with the brand new 2020 4Runner. What is it?
Yeah, it's a 4-liter V6. Like you said, this is old school, and Toyota is still producing this engine. Currently, it exists in the 2021 4Runner, like you said. And in this case, it's backed up by a 5-speed automatic transmission, which is also currently being built in the 4Runner. This, I think it's been around for like, what, 14 years? 15 years?
I don't know. It's probably been around longer than I have, if I'm being honest.
Yes. So it's reliable, right?
That's the best part of this engine. Not huge horsepower and torque figures, like 260 horsepower,
yes,
right? 271 torque.
Right, and in the Jeep, the V6 produces 285 horsepower and 260 pound-feet of torque. So this big 4-liter actually has more torque, less power than the Jeep.
I know, it's pretty unbelievable. And this engine came out in the FJ Cruiser way back in 2000 for the 2007 model year. It's the same engine pretty much across the lineup. They increase the power and torque a little bit. But I think, Andre, I'm going to give the winner in terms of engine to the 6-year-old Toyota, because I have seen these engines with 350, 400,000 miles, and they just like seemingly go forever.
Yeah, they have a great reputation over the years. But what is this? Do you have to carry your eggs? Is this an egg carton?
Yeah, what are these little dimples? I'm not sure I understand that. All right, well, now that we talked about the engines, let's kind of go around the side of the vehicle and talk about tires and protection.
Yes, off-road gear. So the coolest thing about the Jeep and this FJ Cruiser is that they're basically body-on-frame SUVs, which is awesome for off-roading. The Jeep Wrangler 4-door has a pretty long wheelbase, but it's still a frame-based vehicle. 2 solid axles, right, dude? And then the tires in this case are these Firestone Destinations, and this is a 255/75 R17, so it's a 17-inch wheel, and the tire is a little bit more narrow, right? Yeah. But still a pretty good size height as far as the diameter of the tire is concerned. And of course, this model also comes with these rock rails, which are steel. And well, this one doesn't have lockers though.
Yeah, that's kind of the interesting thing. Even at over $48,000 MSRP, still no lockers on this. I mean, of course, if you go to the Rubicon, you can get front and rear locking differentials, sway bar disconnect. But the Willys, even though it's got these, I love these tires by the way, even though it's got the Destinations, which are a true mud terrain, you know, it doesn't have lockers. It does have 4-low, and it does have the solid front axle, which you can kind of see if you poke the camera underneath there. But here's where things get a little interesting, Andre. Thank you for pointing. Good pointing.
Yes.
You know, Wrangler is known since it debuted in, what, 1987? Top off, doors off, windshield down, right? Yes. That's been the big Wrangler thing. Back in the day, the FJ40, which this is styled after, could do a very similar thing, you know, full top off. The FJ4 Cruiser, excuse me, that came out in 07, it's a fixed top, so you aren't going to be pulling the top off of it. I'm sure you could pull the doors off if you if you wanted to, but they're not supposed to come off. Another thing too is independent front suspension, but what about the frame?
Yeah, the frame is still here, and actually early models of the FJ were known for rusting, right?
Yes.
So they had some rust issues, so not every FJ Cruiser is a home run, right? You have to be very careful when you purchase one. We looked underneath this one, very minimal rust. I think it spent a lot of its life in Colorado, which is good. Yeah. Because it, you know, not a lot of, you know, just salt, although we do use some salt in the winters on our highways. And even like the old ones, like 07, 08, are still like 15 and 19 grand with over 150,000 miles. So if you want a low mileage one last year like this one, you're gonna probably pay over 30 at least. Now we gotta talk about two things which are very iconic for the FJ Cruiser. Mm-hmm. White roof. Yes. Very cool. Yeah, and also both of these have this multi-color scheme going on, right? Yeah. But white roof here. But look at the windshield rake. If you look at the profile, I never knew that there could be a windshield that's more upright than the Jeeps. Yeah, it's kind of a rock magnet. But white roof is one thing FJ Cruisers are known for, and the other thing? 4 doors. Well, let's say 3.5 doors. Well, this is suicide style. So this is kind of the thing that people weren't so happy about with the FJ Cruiser when it debuted, because it looked very cool. Yes. At least some people thought so, but it's hard to get. Can you demonstrate? Yeah, it's really hard to get in the back seat. So first of all, you know, you can't close them out of order. No. Right? You have to close them in order. You have to open them in order too. The seat belt for the front driver is here. Apparently it was really hard to do this because they got rid of the B-pillar. So there's tons of like high strength steel in here. Yes. But let's see if I can get into the rear seats. Good luck. 6'1". Okay.
when you're back here, it's not brilliant. It's better than you'd expect. Like I have okay knee room in my driving position. I have really good headroom, but it's just, you know, getting past this big pillar here that makes it hard. So that's kind of a deal breaker for a lot of families. But why don't we show them the back seat of the Wrangler, how that compares?
Yeah, let's do it. And of course, the FJ Cruiser, yes, it's all about style. Also, check it out, 3 windshield wipers, which is very iconic. You know, it's kind of FJ Cruiser thing until the new Hummer EV came along, but that's another story. And here, of course, you have 4 regular forward opening doors. Very nice. I love this Sarge green, by the way. This Sarge green color is pretty good.
Yeah, why don't you show them the back seat legroom?
Okay, I'm just over 6'2", and again, look, I'm sitting behind myself. I got a little bit of knee space. I have some headroom. I feel comfy and also kind of open, right? In the FJ Cruiser, there's a big C-pillar, right? This giant thing in the back, so it kind of feels claustrophobic in there sometimes.
Well, let's talk about the back end of the vehicles and talk about towing capacity. Now, both the FJ Cruiser and the Wrangler have rear-mounted spare tires on the gate. The gates actually both swing out, right?
Yeah.
And then they actually even both have glass that folds up. They work a little bit different, we'll show that. But pretty good room in the trunk. Ooh, we should talk about this.
Oh yeah, there's a sticker.
$48,795, and it's still missing a lot of options, which we'll talk about when we get in it. But pretty good trunk space. Some intrusion, obviously, by the roll bars. But that's kind of what you got to do if you want to pull tops off. And
yeah,
then,
but like you said, quite a lot of utility, right? You
Yeah.
have a little bit of storage down here. You can store your tools and, you know, the other screws when you take off your doors, right?
right.
All that stuff.
What about towing capacity on the Wrangler?
Actually, can you leave this open just for a second?
Yeah.
On the Wrangler, not a lot, 3,500 pounds. The hitch is here. There's a 7-pin connector. But the reason why I wanted you to keep this open is because this swings towards the passenger side, right?
Right.
But look at the Toyota. So this swings to the driver's side, which in the US, because the sidewalk would be here, right? If you park on the street, I like this better actually.
This is more of like a Japanese way of doing it.
Yes.
But yeah, it is what it is, I guess. I think the storage capacity in the Toyota is really excellent.
Actually, it's not bad. There's tie downs, still a lot of space. You can fold these seats down. Remember, this is almost 7 years old, right?
Right.
So it does have a few scratches. There's a toolkit in here and also a subwoofer on this side. And actually both of these off-roaders have subwoofers and pretty good stereo systems actually.
Let me show you the coolest part though about the FJ Cruiser.
What is that?
Kind of an Easter egg. If you don't want to open up the full gate, you can put the key in, turn it all the way right, hold it, and then you can lift up just the glass, which is a really handy feature. You can't do that in the Wrangler. Still have the spare tire mounted on the gate. And what about the capacity for towing?
4,700 pounds. So if you want to bring a bigger trailer, the FJ Cruiser is the thing. But check this out. This also has a reverse camera.
Oh yeah, look at that.
It's in here. It's inside the tire, the spare tire. And this was back in 2014. Jeep didn't start putting their cameras until the JL, right? I think 2018-ish.
Something like that. Yeah, it's pretty late into the game.
Yeah.
So let's kind of hop into the interior of, which one should we start with?
This is the Jeep.
We'll do the Jeep first because it'll be easier for the videographer to get in, and then we'll squeeze into the Toyota.
Yes. All right, dude. So this is kind of standard affair for the Jeep. Very upright, right?
Yep.
And this is kind of strange. This is a small screen.
Yes. So this is not the big 8.4 Uconnect. This is still the smaller one. You can start it up, and we'll show the ladies and gentlemen. But a lot of convenience features in here. Heated steering wheel, heated seats, dual zone automatic climate control, right?
Yeah.
The screen looks kind of dinky by modern standards.
Yeah, but it still has a lot of features except navigation. But you do have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto.
Yep.
So you can connect your phone.
Sirius XM. Look how careful you have to be with touching the buttons though. If you're off-road, it'll be like, whoa.
Yeah, so once again, so the shifter's down here, normal place, right? 8-speed. You have your transfer case lever, manly.
Yep.
You have cup holders. You have auxiliary switches, actually. Check it out.
That's pretty cool. So if
Right
you
here.
wanted lights.
Or winches and stuff like that.
USBs like crazy. USB-C, standard USB auxiliary ports, DC plug here. What about in the glove box? Do we have
Little
more?
tiny one.
Ooh, we got another one in there. You know what we're missing in here?
What?
We don't have the optional outlet. So the FJ Cruiser has an outlet in the back. like a 3-prong.
Oh yeah, like a 120 volt.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
110 or 120.
And then show how the 4-wheel drive works.
So 2 high up here, 4 high. You have to be, really assertive with it, right? Then to the side, neutral, low. Oh yes.
Glad you have the strength of a Russian bear. I could never have done that, Andre.
No, I'm sorry. I'm weak today for some reason.
But look, I mean, you've got a nice leather-wrapped steering wheel,
Yeah.
but still cloth seats.
Yeah,
and
cloth seats.
They're okay, right?
But you can do this. Look, you can do your top, and you can
That's
just
great, Andre. But
just open it.
The seats are not brilliant in the Jeep. They're just. Oh, why are they so firm? Why? I'm just not man enough for the Jeep. That's the issue, Andre. I think it's
Dude,
too
this is Sarge.
firm. Sarge. Hill descent control. So off-road gear, we
Yes.
have 4-low and hill descent control,
Yeah.
and then it also has brake lock differentials.
And this one actually doesn't have the adaptive cruise system, but you can equip it, if you get, other trim levels. You can equip it with more technology. And do they have front cameras now these days or not yet?
I think they do. I think for 21 it's an option, but
Yes.
let's see if this one has it. First of all, let's rate the backup camera. Go ahead and reverse it. Oh, it's okay.
Not bad.
Not
It's
bad.
right here.
Look, you can see destination in the tire. That's pretty funny. I'm going to put you in drive.
Yes.
Let me go into apps. Does this have the off-road pages or is that a Rubicon thing? No, so no front camera.
No, but compass. It's really important. I need to know exactly where I'm pointing.
I'm glad there's a separate screen for compass. What if I want to change the radio and look at the compass? Oh no! It disappears, but phone connectivity in here as well.
Okay, so yeah, the seat, it doesn't have a lot of adjustment, right? Not a ton of adjustment, but overall, it's. But look, let me show you.
Ooh, look at that baby.
The steering wheel is adjustable. It's nice.
Nice work, Andre. All right, should we go check out the Toyota?
Yeah, let's jump in.
Nice.
Did you say Toyota?
Toyota.
Let's jump into the FJ.
So, Andre,
Yeah.
first things first in the FJ. This is a Jeep key. It's nice. Remote start, unlock, lock. Switchblade, pretty high quality. What was Toyota doing with this thing?
Wait, what?
It's horrible. Show them the back. This is like a 1990 Toyota Tercel key. It's just.
Okay, so there's lock, unlock, panic.
I know, but the quality.
Yeah, so this is.
It's horrible.
It's simple. That's what it is.
It's just.
So no push button start. This is still 2014.
Right.
But who needs push buttons?
I agree. And they have a lot of really cool.
Look at these knobs.
Don't laugh at my knobs. I love these knobs. So you can use these knobs in gloves. Very simple, right? You have high, low, medium for the fan. You've got a temperature setting and then direction. What else do you need? A button for AC. And look at this. I love how they incorporated the exterior color throughout the interior.
Cement, right?
Cement, yeah, very modern color.
Yeah.
So other things, this is not like a 4Runner interior. So even though the FJ Cruiser shares a lot in common with the 4Runner, like it's got this crazy vertical dash and it's got these pods up on the dashboard, and
It's very concept-like.
it is.
Yeah.
Like, look at the shifter. Look at crazy shifter.
So this is a 5-speed once again, but you can actually go through every gear this way: 4, third, second, low, first.
Nice. And show them how the 4-wheel drive works.
You gonna make fun of me again?
No, I think this one will be easier.
Okay, so that's I'm in high, two-wheel drive, then 4 high,
Yep.
neutral.
Yep.
Whoa!
It's easier.
I did it with 2 fingers.
I know. Look at that. Even someone with the upper body strength of a limp gerbil like me. Look at that. Look at that action on that baby.
So what's up with the Jeep transfer?
I don't know. I always struggle with them. So other things too is like quality, right? I mean, this is
plasticky.
It's a little plasticky, but
it's a little plastic.
It's held up really well.
But dude, look at this. Does the Jeep have this?
Whoa!
A
Look at
cubby.
that. And look at this. I can have the compass up and tune the radio at the same time. Inclinometer, outside temperature. And so, yeah, it's a little plasticky, like on the door here,
Yes.
where you put your arm. But you'll never see these interiors look crummy. Like, they hold up really well. Even after 200,000 miles, they still look
there's a
pretty
little
good.
bit of a scuff on this transmission lever.
Yep.
But that's about it.
Yeah, and I freaking love this radio. It's brilliant. Look at this. Ready? What a concept. A tune knob, and then to tune the radio, you push and hold.
And it has satellite, right?
That's it. That is all you
XM.
do. Why are modern cars so difficult to tune the radio? Just this. This is the new benchmark, people.
And CD player. What else do you need?
Hook up your phone. Yeah, it's great. It's brilliant. Also, off-road tech. So we talked about the low range.
Yes.
It also has an off-road traction controller called A-Track. And then look at this, Andre, rear diff lock.
Yep, and the Jeep, the one we have here doesn't have one.
Yep, so proper rear differential lock. And then we also have the button to turn on the rear power outlet in the trunk.
Yep.
So, not as fancy, right? Interior's not as fancy, although these are good.
Yeah, armrest, but look, the steering wheel doesn't have quite as much flexibility.
No.
Goes up and down, but it doesn't telescope.
And then let's fold this up, Andre. I want to show them, display the wipers.
Oh, yes. So...
Oh, look at that. I love that. That's so cool. And then I think seats are a little better. They're a little bit more padded.
For the front people, though.
The rear seat, the rear seat occupant's going to be much less happy. You're right.
Yeah. So let's make a verdict, right?
Yeah, let's hop out.
Let's go outside and we have to choose which one. Right, let's get out and figure this out. So, dude, we have to choose. Let's just say they're both 40, okay?
Oof, okay.
They can be, right?
Right, I agree.
So, what would you choose?
Well, the Wrangler has a warranty.
Yes.
But the Toyota is a Toyota.
It has its own warranty.
Yeah, it's got its built-in, it's virtuous of being a warranty.
Yeah.
You know what? I love the Wrangler, but the Toyota just makes you feel so special.
Really?
I really think it. I mean, it just feels like nothing else on the road. That squinty windshield and the 3 wipers, and it's just so cool.
Dude, yeah, this is a tough one for me. I love both of them. The styling, just, it's like having a 4-wheel drive toy that you can always drive. But I gotta go Jeep. I have a family, have more people to carry, 4 doors, and plus the top that's removable.
Yes, the doors are a problem if you have a family.
I gotta go Jeep.
Well, there you have it. So kind of 2 different approaches. I will see you in 350,000 miles, my friend.
What?
Yep, that's the next challenge. So be sure to stay tuned to TFLcar.com. But anyways, let us know what you think in the comment section below. And as always, this is Tommy.
And Andre.
Yep, check out the latest and greatest of new car reviews here at TFL Car.
Yep, thank you.